Hey, how you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. So let's talk a little bit about context again. In a previous video, I talked about how there was a study done in the latter half of the 20th century that determined that 7% of the impact you can make on another person when speaking with them comes from your words themselves, and that 93% of the impact you make on another person when communicating with them comes from your physical body, your facial expressions and gestures, the tone of your voice, your body language. If that's the percentage when you're speaking to somebody, what's the percentage when you're not speaking, when you're listening? It's 100%. 100% of the communicative ability that you have with another person when you are the listener is entirely non-linguistic, entirely non-verbal. It is only your body language, your facial expressions, your gestures, the tone of your voice, if you're grunting or humming, whatever you're doing, it's the attention that you're paying to them. 100% of your ability to communicate with somebody else when listening comes through your physical presence. Now, why is that important? Because we know when somebody is listening to us, if they're squinting or dismissing us with a hand gesture, or distracted, looking at their phone or at their computer screen, or maybe you've come into somebody's office and you've knocked at their door and you want to say something, hey, Joe, what's up? And Joe's sitting at his computer typing away and doesn't even look over his shoulder at you, or maybe he just looks over his shoulder and says, hey, what's up? And turns back like this. Forget about turning all the way around to look at you or stand up or greet you or smile at you. We know when people don't physically engage with us and don't have their face look open to what we're saying when we're speaking, that we feel unlistened to, we feel unheard. It breaks down our feeling of connection to the other person, which gets in the way of trust and decreases collaboration and productivity, and in the workplace breaks down bottom line results. Even at home breaks down bottom line results. A relationship between family members, if people feel unheard and unlistened to. So if we know that about others when they're supposed to be listening to us, why do we spend so little time being intentionally aware and conscious and manifesting in ourselves an active physical listening presence to others when we're listening? To spend the time when listening to somebody else and engage in the process of being open to them, of making sure that they have your attention, of keeping your face gentle and soft and open to what they're saying, of keeping your arms uncrossed, even when you're cold. Sometimes people are just cold, but if you're cold and you're like this when somebody's talking, that's a barrier to them. Of listening with an openness that doesn't engage emotions that make us squint or scowl or grunt when somebody's talking, which just tells them that we either disagree with what they're saying or we're dismissing them, even if the thoughts that are going through us aren't about them. Being aware of your physical presence when listening is a massive tool to building relationship and trust with others so that they feel more comfortable coming to you with information or questions. And if you're in a leadership position in a work environment, creating in the people who are following you, creating in your teams the feeling that they can feel safe in coming to you is an essential, if not the essential element of effective leadership. How can you lead effectively if you don't have a relationship with the people following you to come to you and tell you how they're feeling and what they're thinking about whatever it is that your team is doing? So the next time you're listening to somebody, set a context. I talked in my previous video about context. It's setting an intentionality around your presence. Set a context of openness. Let go of preconceived notions about the person speaking, preconceived notions about what they're speaking about, or any thoughts or ideas or emotions that you have going on inside of you, and just connect with the other person so that they feel your presence, because that is what will build the trust and the alignment and the connectivity to be able to build on the content, what's actually being said, and use it effectively to move forward. All right, have a great day.